So the number one skill people should be working on but aren't is the skill of self-awareness. And I've spent the last 4 years researching this topic and have learned that almost everything we think we know about it is actually wrong. But we've also learned that it's the most important leadership skill out there. It basically sets the upper limit for everything we can do. You know, we can only be as good of a communicator as we see ourselves clearly. We can only be as good of an influencer as we see ourselves clearly. And so leaders who actually work on this trait or skill are much more effective. What's interesting though is that our research shows that 95% of people think they're self-aware, and the real number is closer to 10 to 15%. So what that means is we've got a bunch of leaders and people walking around thinking, I'm self-aware, I don't need to work on this, when in reality, it's really their secret weapon. I talk about a tool called the laugh track, which basically means imagine you're in a sitcom, and every time your boss says something mean or hurtful or inconsiderate, a laugh track comes on behind them. And that sounds crazy and silly, but what it allows us to do is just see their behavior from a slightly less down perspective. And I found myself when I've used it, it's been enlightening and occasionally hilarious. The second piece of advice is to work on your compassion. It's very easy to get bent out of shape when people are treating us without self-awareness, if we just say that they're a bad person. But more times than not, these people are on their own journey and they're not quite where we are yet. So if you can find anything to be compassionate about, maybe their relationship with their kid who they talk about all the time, or just their love of what they do, even if they're very misguided, try to find something about them that is human and worthy of connection.